This is the Red Pill Reich. Now today I'm going to do this video of about climate change. Give my stance on the whole climate change issue. Now I go with the facts and wherever they lead, even if I don't like it. And I always do that. So as it stands right now, there is no real consensus in science on this as far as the CO2 being the culprit of anything and man-made. If there ever does become a census that all science gets behind, all of the experts, and they conclude that it is man-made and CO2 is a problem, which is hard to believe because plants thrive in CO2, but if all that comes to the conclusion and the science makes sense and it's logical and it's all backed up, I have no problem accepting that. The main issue I've always had with the whole climate change thing, this whole man-made anthropogenic climate change, is when they say this, what they're really saying is it's Whitey's fault. It's the white man's fault. And there's even videos out here from news channels from India and other places. They're not saying white men, but they say Western civilization. And when you say Western civilization, you're talking about white people. Because without white people, there is no Western civilization. Okay? Or European countries. And they even admit, and they say that, yeah, all this, the industrialized revolution was because of Europeans. Well, it's good that they accept that and acknowledge that. You know, I have videos on previous channels that have gotten taken down that talk about 97% of all technological breakthroughs, inventions, and discoveries were made by white people. So they're good in acknowledging that. That's good. But see, what they're trying to say is that, we gave this technology to them. Basically, we forced it upon them, right? They weren't clamoring for it like all the cargo cults around the world clamoring for that technology. No, we forced them to take it, which is horseshit. And we bestowed it upon them. Okay, we did. That is, it's like, just because we give you this technology, you have to be responsible with how you use it. Now, when we first developed this, like anything, there's going to be trial and error. We didn't know all the possible bad, things that could come from this. Maybe some geniuses had ideas that what could happen, but that requires trial and error. But as we discover the problems that can come, we correct them and we put into place measures to deal with that. Back in the 40s and 50s, we had greater air and water pollution than we do today. We've taken steps and measures to alleviate that, just like with the CO2. We've done this in Western white society, European countries. Now, these other countries like China and India have not. And they say that, so just because we gave them this technology, which they were surely clamoring for, doesn't make us responsible for them not utilizing or taking the measures like we did to rectify any problems. That's like saying, if I give you a fucking gun and you go kill 1,000 people, I'm responsible? Oh, he gave me the gun. It's his fault that I killed all these people. That's fucking retarded. And another factor, we know it's the China and these other Asian countries like that are doing most of the pumping all this shit into the air now and never taking the measures to improve shit. And then another factor they say that causes this CO2 rise is too many humans being born or whatever. Well, you can't blame Whitey for that, can you? Because they're claiming, everybody says we're going extinct, right? Of all the major races, we have the smallest population. So once again, you're talking about China, India, and now, because most places around there have a decrease in the population now because they're just not pumping out as many people. But the place that continues to pump out the most, Sub-Saharan Africa. Yes, black people. So, if you're going to talk about this, you got to blame the people who are truly responsible. That means China, India. If you're gonna don't tell Whitey, hey, you guys, European countries need to quit having babies. There's too much, CO2. No, you need to tell the fucking blacks in Africa to quit having fucking babies, and you need to tell China and India to put in the measures to cut back and fix and alleviate the problem. Blame the people that are responsible, not fucking Whitey. And there's another thing that could be. There's an argument that could be made that it's actually. Depending on your perspective, this is actually a good thing. Because, and I've had channels prior to the Red Pill Right name where I talked about the fact that we're overdue for another ice age. And we have been for a while now. So it could be human activity, yeah, that's keeping this ice age at bay. Now, again, depending on your perspective, that could be a good thing. I mean, what would you rather be doing? Sitting on a warm beach drinking a pina colada? Or sitting on a block of ice freezing your fucking ass off? So again, my main issue with all of this is the ultimate thing here is they're blaming Whitey and Western civilization for this. When you need to blame the people who are truly responsible. Quit blaming fucking Whitey. And until next time, ciao.